My name is Akshay Zavle. So today we have Shubham Sabale with us. I welcome you on Mechanical Talks YouTube channel. Shubham Sabale is a second year master student in design specialization. He's a TA student. So he has secured All India rank 255 in GATE 2019, and currently he is pursuing masters in design specialization. He has been consistent with his academic records with CGP of 9.35. Also, as a part of his BTech, he has done internship at John Deere. Also, he has been working on the first order reduction technique in simulation domain as a part of MPP. So, good morning, Shubham. So we will be having we will be like to hear your interview experience at LNT.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you for that generous introduction.
Yeah. So, Shubham, let us start with the basic information. That is, what is the role offered by the LNT? And means, can you tell about brief about the company and the role?
Okay, so I got placed in L&T Limited. So as you know, L&T has very vast set of domains in which they are working on. So the profile which was offered by L&T is postgraduate management training, and there are currently 6 to 7 divisions under which I can be placed on. So I'm not. They haven't provided particular to which division I am assigned to, but there will be possibility that I will be assigned to defense and aerospace or power, electrical engineering, and other divisions are also like hydrocarbon division, heavy engineering division. So that sort of divisions.
Okay, okay, okay. So, can you tell me about the JAF? Means, what kind of profile they have offered, and what is the minimum pointer criteria to apply?
Sure. So, as the name suggests of the profile, that is postgraduate management training, it is mostly a techno-managerial job. So, their job also includes the roles which are regarding to this domain, such as project management, which includes the work like project planning, project scheduling, and project control. But it also has a vast domain of design engineering. For example, the CAD CAM, and also the cost analysis of project and risk analysis by analyzing the environmental impact. So these are the brief areas for which they are looking for in this particular profile.
Okay, 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 okay. So, yeah, that was really good overview of profile. So, we will move to the next phase. So, after signing the JAF at IIT, we have to give the test. So, can you elaborate how was the test? Means how many sessions are there? Aptitude, technical, and what is your approach to tackle that exam?
Okay, so regarding test, L&T has, I think, the lengthiest test out of all company aptitudes that I have given. So the test was approximately 2.5 hours. So it includes two sections. One is technical, another is in aptitude. But the difficulty level of questions is normal. So it is something that you see in other companies' aptitude test. So and also the technical test, the questions were uh, of level of gate but slightly easier. So
Okay,
if you have good domain knowledge of mechanical engineering and general aptitude, you can easily crack it.
okay, okay. So in aptitude, is there any bifurcation of like verbal section, then logical section, and then aptitude section? And is there any sectional cutoff in the both the tests? Like you have to cut off separate cutoff for technical and separate cutoff for aptitude.
So there is no bifurcation, as you said. So there is a single aptitude section under which all the questions were asked, and the technical section was separate. And regarding the section wise cutoff, so I think there is a sectional cutoff, but we don't get to know results in that sense. So at the end we will get to know if have you selected or not. So I can't comment on the sectional cutoff.
Okay, okay, okay. So, how many students are shortlisted from the test? Do you have any rough idea, like 50, 40, or 10, 20?
Yes. So basically, L&T Open is JAP for 4 core departments and also their subsidiary departments. So there are a lot of students who are appearing for the test, and out of all the students, they have shortlisted around 50 students. So particularly talking about the mechanical engineering department, there are about 10 students who have been shortlisted
Okay.
approximately.
Okay.
From the design engineering, the most of them were from design engineering. So 5 to 6 people were from design engineering itself.
Okay. So, can I say that means the shortlisting was based on the test plus resume, or it is completely based on test and resume filtering is done at later stage?
Uh, so I think resume filtering was done at the start because they have provided us a list before the test to
Okay.
whom test is applicable. So they have done some sort of shortlisting prior to the test, and then those students only appear for test, and out of these students they have then shortlisted. So I think there is a shortlisting prior to the test also.
So, seeing the shortlisting test, can you means just means can you recognize the pattern? Means what was the preferred resume? So, can you comment on that part? Means
Okay,
is they
so
are preferring the design guys, thermal guys, manufacturing guys. Is there any role of CPI?
okay, so let me talk it in general sense. So
Okay.
um, first consider the profile. It is postgraduate management training, so they are looking at a management guy, but he also has some background in engineering, specifically in design, so that he can manage the project. So for example, if there are some changes that needs to be done in the project design, so he should be able to do that. So in that sense, a guy with design engineering background would be preferred for this role. So that's the reason I think there are more design students who have got shortlisted for the interview
Okay.
and also for the test. Talking about the resume part, so as they are looking for the management role, so if you show them there are some management capabilities or you have done some uh, management work like positions of responsibility and similar kind of work, then it will be adding a plus point to your resume. So you can talk about it, and they are also willing to hear those parts. So in that sense, I think it is very important.
Okay, so in IIT, as you all know, that there are three kinds of company like technical core, then non-core, and then management. So there can be roles of technical plus management. So keeping in mind these three sectors, so can you give tips to the junior students so how they should make the resume so that they can stand out in the crowd?
Okay, so regarding the resume, yes, you should do the resume based on the type of profile that is company offering. So what the interviewer is doing, he just scroll down through your resume and ask question as he goes along. So the first point that you mentioned in your resume would likely be your first questions are coming from that domain also. So let's say you have work experience prior. So if you are applying for the management job, keep it at the top so that when he starts reading your resume, he immediately follow to that and ask subsequent questions. So in that way, you can control your interview. Similarly goes for the core profile. Suppose you are applying for core simulation type of profile and you have project and simulation. So keep
Okay.
that at the top. So it will help you to guide your steer your interview. So you will be in control of your interview rather than the person who is taking your interview.
Okay, okay. So one more question is that means nowadays lot of people are turning towards the data science kind of role. So have you considered that option? And if yes, then what are the courses or what material you have referred?
Okay, so uh, talking about core and non-core sectors, it is completely a personal choice. If you can also discover it, but if you like it, then you should go for it. Regarding the materials, okay, so data science, it has a vast amount of online resources available. There are lots of courses, paid and free, also available on the internet. You can do those, but the most important point in data science is that you need to have some exposure to projects. So if you have done some academic project, let's say you have managed to make your MTP a data in the data science domain, So
Mhm.
in that case, it will be a very plus point. So companies are not only just looking for courses, but they are looking for projects and practical applications that you have done in the field of data science. So
Correct.
if you are targeting non-core profile, you should look for the projects, do some good projects, not from the internet, but in the college. So under your professor, so that would add a very good value to your resume, and it will be a plus point if you are looking for that. In case of core, so I am personally inclined to the core sector. So what I did was I managed my profile in such a way that my projects were in core domain, so that I get plus point in the core interviews.
Okay. Okay. So one more question. So lot of student ask is, if they are interested in core, so you already placed in core job. So what kind of means in order to tackle the technical test? So what was your preparation? As you already given the gate in 2019, so you just revised your micro notes, or you gone through entire theory and then prepared for the test. So what was your strategy to prepare for technical as well as aptitude?
Okay, so the one thing that helped me a lot is in my bachelor's I have given a lot of test of companies, and I also cracked almost all of them. So what does this basically do is that the tests that we have at MTech level are not in such a way are not arranged in such a way that they are specific to MTech, but they are generalized tests. So they apply for both BTech and MTech. So that's why their syllabus and the pattern of question is similar to the test that I have given at BTech level. So I know that in that sense I don't have to prepare a lot much. Basic background of GATE exam would be good enough for the test, technical test. For aptitude, yes, you need to prepare because at IIT you met people who are equally good as with you. So in order to get shortlisted, you have to outperform them. So it will be. I would suggest that you should do the practice. In my case, I was not able to do it, but if you can practice few basic aptitude things and remember some basic formulas, then you can crack it.
So one point is, what is the role played by your MTP? Even in other interviews as well as interview at LNT. So what was your experience? Is it important? So how much you concentrate on that, or not much important? Just
Okay, so MTP are very much important. As I've said, I have put my MTP at the top because I was focusing on core profiles. So
yes.
as a result of which, when they start interviewing, the first question that they usually ask after the introduction is that what do you do in your master's project? So you should be thorough with your answer as well as the follow-up questions in that sense. Your MTP plays very important role if it aligns with the industry appropriately. So in my case, like for example in LNT, it is a purely technical master's project, but the profile is slightly management role. So there is a misalignment. So they don't ask me in depth about MTP, but yes, it is a very good starting point. Since you have worked it in approx 1 year, so you have lot of points that you can explain regarding the MTP. So yes, MTPs are important, but they become very much important if they align with the job profile.
Yes. Yeah, 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 definitely. Correctly mentioned by you. So MTP is important. So we should focus on that. Okay. So can you tell me, so how do you see your job, like core, non-core? Means what was your preference in order to choose the job profile? Yes.
Okay, so my job is techno managerial in role, but I think at the start I would be mostly doing the design part of it. But in later stages it will move on to completely management level. So I think it is a core job with some techno managerial role. It is not a non-core job because we are not looking at some services or the data science role. So it is
Correct.
purely technical core job, but at the same time it has some management portion involved in it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think we have pretty much covered before the interview process. So so we will move towards the interview process. So can you tell me how many rounds are there So in technical, how many rounds are there? And HR, is there any HR interview or it is inclusive?
Okay, so uh, my interview uh, of L&T, it has two persons and it is a combination of both technical and HR interview. So there
Okay.
is no second round, it is a single round interview, and both the person are from techno managerial background. So questions were combination of both of them.
Okay, okay. So, so how long was the your interview? Means it is like 1 hour or
Yes. So interview lasted about 1 hour approximately.
yeah. Okay, okay. So, can you share? Means, I am sure that junior guys will be watching you, and the questions which are asked in the interview, if they know the upfront, so they can prepare their mindset in order to tackle those interviews. So, can you tell the starting
Yes.
point means how they started and just yeah.
Okay, so initially they asked for my introduction, and straight away they dive into my master's project. So they were scrolling the resume as we go along. So they started with, can you explain your master's project? They asked me to explain it in layman's terms so that a non-technical person can also understand. Then they later move on to the next point in my resume, which
So,
is bachelor's.
so one point I would like to means can you put some light on that? Means if so, introduce yourself is generally a very universal question in all the companies. So, what was your structure? Means after my name is whatever you have told your name, and after that, what was your structure? Is it MTV first, or you already done the internship at John Deere? So that is the first, or POR first, or scholastic achievement. So can you put a little bit light on that?
Yeah, so it is a combination of all of them. So I started with my name and my family background. Then I go into my gate rank. Went on sequentially. So I started with my bachelor's.
Okay.
Then I have done the internship, so I explained them. Then I explained my gate rank, and then at the end I start explain my MT. So it has a combination of all of them.
So MTP you have put at the last so that they
Right.
can ask the questions. Okay. So can you tell me? So can you just elaborate on what was the question on the MTP and how you have tackled it? So are you thorough with your MTP or what was it?
Okay, so my MTP is in core simulation domain. It is a combined domain of finite element and computational mathematics. So uh, it is a sort of research domain at present. As in when I started explaining, so both of these people who are interviewing me, they are from techno managerial background. So they don't have a lot of idea what is going on in this research field. So when I start explaining and talking about technical terms, they ask me to explain it in layman's language so that even a non-technical person can understand it. So this is the point that I want to also share with the juniors, that when you start talking about your technical projects, don't just put up highly technical data and terms in there, because a person who is in front of you may not be aware of all of them, and he just neglect your answer. So it would be very easy for him to do so. So in that case, what you can do is that start your explaining your project in some very basic terms so that he can understand it. And if he has any questions, so if he do some cross questioning, in that case you have ability so that you can introduce those technical terms and answer his question. So the person, he gets the idea that okay, this guy, he has done his master's project, he can explain it accurately, and he has some technical data to back it. So
Yeah.
uh, so you should go about answering the question in this sense.
Yeah, so after MTP, so can you tell what was the technical questions and how you answered it?
Yeah, so after MTP and my bachelor's project, they directly went on to some basic mechanical engineering questions. Like they started asking me what is the design of shaft. So how can you design a shaft? What are different sorts of load which are coming onto shaft? And then they asked me what are different types of material that you can use for a shaft. And later on, as I have mentioned, it is a techno managerial role. They also asked me some question about CPM and PERT. So what
Okay.
exactly, where they have been used, and what are their roles, how can you define it. So these are some basic questions, mostly are from basic mechanical engineering and basic project management role.
Okay. 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 So for CPM and PERT part, as you already know, so we are from the design background, so we don't have means we have read it at the gate level, but after 2 years we might forget. So how you tackle those questions, or are you already prepared for those kind of questions?
Yeah. So what I basically did was I went through the job application form initially prior to the interview. So I got to know, okay, it is a managerial role and they have a lot of points regarding the project management. So I immediately went back to my notes, which has some basic definition. So I just scrolled through those notes, remember those one or two definitions. Uh, for the sake of interview, and luckily they asked me the same questions which I have remembered.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So
So
reading the
going
chat
through. Okay. Okay.
reading the jab prior to the interview is important, very much important.
Yes, yes, yes. As you rightly mentioned, so you should go through the JAF and collect the domain which they are covering, like management, technical, then non-core, and prepare accordingly. Means at least gain some basic knowledge. So this is what I can conclude from your experience. So after technical questions, so I have one more question. So what is the role of POR? So they asked a lot on your POR, or that are not that much important in these kind of interviews. So what was your experience with POR?
So I have done some PR, okay, but I guess when you applied for core job, and that too specifically in mechanical domain, they are not that much important. So if you don't have them, it is not a big issue. But if you are applying for consulting job or high purely management roles, so in that case, PR becomes important. So for the guys who are in core mechanical domain or even in data science, if they don't have high very good PR written in their resume, it should be good enough. So, you need not to stress on it. Instead of, you can focus on your CPI. So that is something which is important factor in core interviews.
Okay, okay, okay. So, okay, can I say that? So, there is no questions on your POR in your interview, or is there any questions on POR?
Okay, so in HR part, what 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 happens is that they ask for my introduction, and as I am from Pandharpur, Maharashtra, so the lot of discussion of the HR went into that direction. So they started asking me, what is your family background, where do you belong from, what is the importance of this place, what are other places in your region who has similar importance. So these are sort of HR questions that I have had. They are not related to any PR or college related activities.
Okay,
So
okay.
they are very generic questions in sense.
So, in HR question, is there any challenging questions? Means, so that question was really new to you, and you thought on the spot and given the answer.
Yeah, so I would like to say specifically with respect to the L&T interview, they have a specific
Yeah, yeah.
set of questions. So for example, they would give you two topics, you choose one from it, and then you need to talk about 2 to 3 minutes on that topic. So
Okay,
this is something which is very specific to L&T. Other companies don't do this, but they have some marks assigned to this particular portion of interview. So that is something new to me. I didn't have a priori knowledge of this process, but you should be aware of it in the next upcoming interview sessions.
okay. So, also, I would like to ask same question in technical part. So, is there any question new to you? Means you are not read about it, but how you tackle that question. So, is there any question, or all the questions you are already quite aware of?
Yes, so questions were very basic. They are not of master's level, they are from bachelor's level. So how can you design a shaft, what sort of load they are coming, what are different materials that you can use. So I was able to tackle those easily, and there were not a lot of cross questioning on my master's project. So that part was also covered. So basically in technical part, I don't have any new questions. Yeah.
Yeah, so because your role was techno managerial, they might not have grilled you more on technical field.
Yeah.
So as you mentioned, the questions are also basic. So yeah, I have a lot of student say that. So there is always counterbalance between the CPI and POR. So according to you, what is more important? So to have one POR, or you should focus on CPI. So what would be your advice to your juniors?
Uh, so if you are preparing for core jobs, so having a good CPI above 9 would be a much preferred than having maybe 2 or 3 PORs. So because it help you in the first shortlisting process, so where your resume gets shortlisted, and it also helps you after your interview. So when your interview is done, interviewer will just scroll down your resume, and the first point that he sees on the top is your CPI. So if he has to compare two students, he would immediately compare your CPIs because it somehow reflects your sincerity also during the academic process.
Okay.
So, so I would say you should go for the CPI instead of going more in POR. So if you have 1 or 2 POR, that should be good enough.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. So I have one more question. Is like you said there are 10 students shortlisted for the interview. So how many were selected out of those?
Okay, so
Final
10
offer
were,
to
yeah,
them.
10 were from mechanical engineering, and there are lots of students from other departments also got shortlisted. So the
Okay.
final offer, as far as I know, there were 3 students from the mechanical engineering that I personally know who got selected in the masters.
So are they from design, manufacturing, thermal, or means how is the distribution?
Yeah, so one of so I guess one of them is from thermal and other one is manufacturing.
No.
But uh,
Okay. Okay. So what you would you in order to for LNT I am asking about. So what should be do's means uh, in order to get a job at LNT. So what is the preferred courses or preferred projects that design guy should do, thermal guy should do, and manufacturing guy should do? Or it is means like all other companies, is there any generalized approach so what they can pursue in order to help them in placements?
okay. Uh, so the role that was offered by LNT, it is pretty, it is very much generalized role. So they don't have very much requirement of simulation or other things which are
Okay.
involved in our coursework. So if
Okay.
you have them, it is good, but it is not a necessary requirement for them. But when you see other jobs, like for example, in case of Eaton or GE, they have a lot of work in going on in the domain of simulation. So having those courses in your bag would be very much beneficial in those interviews, uh, not specifically in case of LNT. So,
Okay. Okay. So one last question. So what would be your advice for upcoming MTech batches? So in any aspect like technical or non-tech or any general advice for junior students?
okay, so what we usually do is that, okay, so a lot of you would be seeing this video and it would be posted on YouTube. So what would you do after seeing this video is you went through all the questions that were asked to me. For example, how to design a shaft, how to choose the material for it. But that's not the accurate way to go about preparing for the interview. So you can never predict accurately what sort of questions they are going to ask. So there is always an element of uncertainty involved in this process. So what should I suggest is that you should prepare for those uncertainties instead of preparing for few questions. So
Hmm.
basically you have some basic background, prepare all the points that I have written in your resume and prepare for those uncertainties. Like go 1 or 2 level in depth, what sort of cross questions that they can possibly ask. If you cover them accurately, then your interview is done. You can easily answer those all the questions which are there.
Okay. So that's we have almost covered every aspect of the interview, I think. So even in case junior needs your help, so they can directly will contact you. So thank you, Shubham. So taking your time out of your busy schedule. So I will thank you on the behalf of mechanical department.